Hello and good evening to Jon Wilks. How are you this evening?
I'm very good, Ruben. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. What have we been up to today? Anything interesting?
Yeah, I've been traveling today, traveling back from Manchester, having done the BBC Radio 2 folk show last night, session with them.
How did that go?
Went very well, I think. I mean, it was very interesting chatting to Mark Radcliffe, and it was quite nerve-wracking playing live on the radio, but that's something you've got to do. So got through it.
Is it the first time you've played live on radio before, or have you done it in the past?
I've done it a bit in the past, but the thing with the BBC Folk Show, of course, is that they have something like 400,000 listeners. So it's a much, much bigger audience than, and as soon as you realize that you're playing to that kind of audience, it starts to get, yeah, as I say, a little bit petrifying. So, but we got through it.
I suppose all of presenters and musicians got to start somewhere, I guess, and work yourself up, I guess.
Yep, you do. That's right.
So you become a musician in 2003. Is that right?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I've been playing the guitar since I was what 8 years old, so that's some 38 years or so, long time. And I played a lot in sort of indie bands and sort of yeah, indie kind of pub bands in Birmingham in the 1990s. Um, in 2003, I was living in Japan and I um used to play with a Japanese, well, not a Japanese band. I used to play with a band made up of people from different nationalities, and we used to play around Japan quite a lot. Um, so that's probably what you're referring to there. Yeah.
Can you tell us more about your new album that's coming out on tomorrow?
Yeah. It's called Before I Knew What Had Begun, I Had Already Lost. And it's my fourth solo album. I made a number of albums with the bands that I mentioned previously, and this was the fourth one that I made on my own. And when I started recording solo albums I guess about 7 years ago, I focused mainly on traditional music and traditional songs rather than songs that I had written myself. So this is the fourth one of those, although it's mostly traditional songs, but there are two or three songs there that I wrote myself as well.
It's good to know. Do you prefer uh, playing on yourself or with a group or
Haha, good question. I It's nice playing music with other people. I guess that I did it for so long. Um, how to put this diplomatically? I guess I was often the person in a band who had to sort of organize things and arrange things, and um maybe I just had more passion for doing that than some of the other people did in the bands that I was in. I think that probably is the truth because it happened in every band I was in. So maybe I was just a little bit too obsessive. And in the end, it became the case that it was just kind of easier to do it on my own. Um, and so when I started doing solo stuff, I didn't really want to do solo stuff to start with, but I just found that that's what I did. And actually, the show that I perform live now um, has become very kind of comfortable in the fact that I do it myself. And also, I was talking to somebody today, another musician, who was saying, how difficult they find touring because they often have to, sort of corral and sort of get the other musicians together and sort of make sure everything's working properly and sort of drive everybody about and that kind of thing. And I don't have any of that. I just get on a train and I go from town to town and I just turn up and I play the music and I go back to a hotel and then I do it again the next day, and it's actually really relaxing and I find it very easy. So that's a very long way of answering your question and saying I probably like playing solo more than I do in a band.
uh, can you tell me what gigs you got coming up?
Oh yeah, I can. Let me just have a quick look so that I don't miss anybody. I'm just going to look it up on the internet because it's 12 dates. Um, and it starts next Friday. So what's that? I don't. It'll start on the 12th of May, in Burton upon Trent. Then I'm going to Aldershot on the 13th of May. The 15th of May, I'm playing in Birmingham at the Kitchen Garden Cafe. 16th of May, down to Leamington Spa at Temperance. On the 17th, I'll be playing at the Green Note in Camden in London. On the 18th, I'm playing in Whitchurch in Hampshire, which is where I live. The 19th, I'm at Bristol at Downend Folk and Roots. The 20th, Bridport Folk Society. 22nd, at the Prince Albert in Stroud. 25th, at Cafe Number 9 in Sheffield. 27th, the Globe in Newcastle upon Tyne. And then it comes to an end. The tour comes to an end on the 28th of May in Leeds. So that's 12 dates this May, and then I'll be playing quite a lot of festivals in the summer. And then in the autumn, I'm playing a tour with Martin Carthy, who's a bit of a folk legend. So,
Um, is there a venue that you like to play at before? Have you got a venue that you want to play at that you never played at before,
on this tour,
or a tour in future?
I mean, I like playing anywhere really. Like I find touring to be interesting because it's a chance to go to different places, and not quite often places that I've not played at. I suppose on this coming tour, I'm quite looking forward to, well, most of them really. I've heard that Cafe Number 9 in Sheffield is a lovely, lovely venue, so I'm really looking forward to that. And similarly, Temperance in Leamington Spa, I think is going to be very nice. But when I tour with Martin Carthy in the autumn, we're playing much bigger venues, so it's quite big theatres. And certainly King's Place in London is one that I'm looking forward to playing at. It looks lovely and sounds lovely too. So yeah.
That's good. Can you tell me more about the old Miners song on your new album?
Oh, the old miner song. That's a question, isn't it? Yeah, that comes from Nuneaton. Um, and it was collected from a miner in Nuneaton. I think probably in the in the mid, let's say in the mid 20th century. I can't remember the date exactly now. And I think it's an attractive song because it's got it's quite an interesting melody. It's a traditional English song, but to me, it sounds almost like it's got an American blues melody, which is quite unusual. And I think that's probably what attracted me to it. And so when I started playing it, I was playing it in a very blues style, although the version on the album is not particularly done in that way. But certainly when I tried to play it live, it's very much like a blues song. So yeah, it's kind of been in my repertoire for about 8 years, I suppose, and I tried to record it on the first solo album I did, and then I tried to record it on the third solo album I did, and it's only on the fourth that I feel like I've got it right finally. And I hope other people do too. It's been getting good reviews actually. People have been saying that they like it quite a lot.
That's good. Well, that's the song that I'll be playing from your new album, which is out tomorrow. Before I knew what I had begun, I had already lost.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you for playing it.
Okay. So thanks again, John, for chatting to me on Johnson's Sound this evening, and I wish you well on your current tour.
Thanks, Ruben. Thanks for your time.
And you never know, I might come and see you in Birmingham or Leamington Spa.
Excellent. Please do. Look forward to
Yep.
meeting you.
Do you come and see your? Do you come and chat after your gigs or?
Yeah, yeah. By all means, come and say hello at the merch desk. I'm always there for chatting.
Okay, will your new album be there
It
for people
will.
to buy and to sign and stuff?
Absolutely. It'll be there, and I'll be there with my pen, ready to do signing.
Okay, I'll come and see you.
All right, great, Ruben.
Okay, okay.
Thanks for your
Bye.
time. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.